Okay, guys, so this is intended to help you guys out with doing activities on Dropbox for your math classes. So one thing you'll notice is they create this little file that you have to click on over here. What I recommend is if you don't want to print these out and you're going all strictly digital, which I can't really show you how to do it on paper. You print, scan, but to do these digitally, um, what I would recommend doing is using the template. So when you do the template, it's going to open this up. I actually already kind of started one over here. So here you can just highlight, write your name, write your teacher's name, just like you would any Google Doc. Now, the thing here, this one involves using algebra tiles. So if we want to use the algebra tiles, we would click on this. It pops up this link that we can click on. So I'm going to click it here. And it's going to open up this blank canvas. So for this one, we are going to be using algebra tiles, but I do want to point out that this is a good way to graph if you don't have a printer. So let's say you needed to graph a number line and you wanted to graph something like, let's say, uh, just so I can type it out so you guys get a visual, or actually I can write on the screen using my pen here. I have a special little tablet that lets me write here. So let's say you wanted to graph something like, let's say x is greater than or equal to 5. So what you want to do here is you would want to click on this, click on the numbers. There's a way to do this. There we go. So unfortunately, since I had already created this, I won't be able to do it, but I can move this up to 5 and I want to go greater than or equal to 5. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use this colored arrow right here at the 5 and I want it to be colored in. So I want to make sure that this is colored in and I want it going this direction. So I want to make sure that arrow is going in that direction. I can also make this white, change the colors, have an endpoint. So let's say, oops, let me start over here. I want to get rid of these. So let's say I want to do this x is greater than 5, go to 5, go to my circle. It's going to ask me how I want the arrow. So since I want to equal, I do want this little bulge right there, this little filled in circle. If I didn't want the filled in circle, I could just cancel that circle out by, okay, so I want this arrow on the right side, on the left side, I don't want anything. So this would be as if this is greater than 5 without the equal to sign. If I do want the equal to, I'm going to fill in that arrow right there. So that's how we would do the difference between greater than or equal to. And this is just, this one without the circle would be just greater than 5. So that's a good way to do that. So with these algebra tiles, which is probably where a lot of difficulties come from, they actually show you how to use it in this Google Doc, but I prefer the videos. So you can actually watch videos on how you can use these tiles to add and subtract. So you can just click this video. It will pop open a video for you to watch right here. If you want to do multiplication, here's the video as well. Um, and if you want to use division, there's a video right here for you as well to watch. Other than that, I'm going to kind of make up a problem for you guys to mess around with. Um, Honestly, I think does this have videos for you to watch? There's somewhere here where you can watch how to work with these a little bit better. Probably your best bet though is to watch this here. If you need more of a description on how to submit Google Drive, they're all right here. But for the most part, let's get started on messing with these tiles. So these tiles, again, we have this blank canvas. We go on algebra tiles. And I made up a problem over here. So I think division is probably one of the hardest aspects of this to do. Keep in mind, I am not answering this question Here, I am simply making up a problem showing you how you can use your algebra tiles. So here, what I would do is I would do this. I want this x squared. And if you guys are wondering how I was able to type in this formula, what I did was I did insert equations. I typed in my x. I have this really big because if you use fractions, it makes it really, really tiny. So you do want these very big. That way, if you go over here to now that since I'm insert and equations, I can go here, make it a fraction. See how it got a lot smaller. And if I want the x squared, I go here to my math operations, go to the superscript, hit my little arrow. I'm gonna on my keyboard, I hit the arrow to the right, which made it go big. Hit my arrow to the right again. I go back to being down here in the middle, and then I can just type in what I want to type in. So that's how you can type your work in a Google Doc. So now I'm going to try to mess with this to see how I can divide. So if you watch your Google video on how to divide, what it tells you to do is it basically tells you to grab all the tiles that you need. So in this case, this is x squared plus 5. Let me close this. X squared plus 5x plus 6. So I need 5 of these x's. And I need 5 of these ones. Now, if you guys need to rotate these, you can actually double click them and it'll rotate it for you. If you click it once, it'll make it negative. Double click flips it. So you want to do them, you want to double click it really fast. So we're going to do this. 6 tiles. And you want to organize these roughly. You don't want to completely figure out or completely fix them. If you have a mouse, you can also highlight a bunch of these and just move them over. But what I was saying is you don't want to fix their location right away because if we're doing division, we're going to do length times width. So if we're going to divide by 1, we're going to divide by this x plus 2. So we're going to divide by x and then 2 here. And then we're going to try to fill out these squares in a way where we multiply by a width. Well, if I multiply by x times x is x squared, so this works out. But then now I have to figure out this problem here. I have 1 times x, so I'm going to do this here, here. So this is why I said you don't want to mess around with these too much because then you run into a little bit of problems. So if you go here, now I'm going to try, how can I get this x? Well, x times 1 is x, so that works out. And then x times 1 is x. Okay, so this is working out. And then x times 1 is x. Okay, so this looks like I'm starting to figure stuff out. 1 times 1, oh, that's just 1. 1 times 1, oh, that's 1. 1 times 1 is 1. And as you can see here, it starts to fill out. So my answer then for this x squared plus 5x, x squared, 5x's, plus 6, in this case, here's my 6, divided by x plus 2 is x plus 3. So in other words, my answer would be equals to x plus 3. Now I want to show my work here. So one way of showing my work is literally by using my tiles. So if I want to do that, I'm going to have to take this picture somehow. So on a Chromebook, you would actually hit Control and print screen. This takes a screenshot right here. So this control and this button on your keyboard will do it. If you're on a PC, a Windows, which I'm on right now, you can just hit the print screen button. So I'm going to do print screen. Where's my print screen? There's my print screen button. Unfortunately, I can't show you, but there's a button on mine. It's abbreviated PRTSC. It might actually say print screen on yours. I have 2 monitors, so this picture is actually very big. You can see my screen recorder here. So what I want to do is I want to make this smaller. So if I want to make this smaller, I right click it, crop this down to, I only want that picture. So I'm cropping this down, cropping this down. If I click off of it, now I only have this picture, and I can make this picture bigger if I so choose. Okay, another way of showing your work, which this is Algebra 1, would be to factor it, and you would have to show all of your steps. But this shows my work here, and it shows my answer by doing that. So this is a good way to show it. So that's how you would mess around with tiles. If you do want to like show your work for any Algebra 2 viewers out there, what you want to do is you're going to have to insert. Oh, we're already on insert. So I would factor this out. Um, so show your work however you see fit. You can take a picture. You can watch my video on how to submit a picture there. Take a picture on your phone and submit it. Or you can just insert, get out here, insert image, look for an image here. So I'm going to look for an image. I think I have an image. There might be one. Oh, I deleted them. Well, let's say I wanted to take an image of this broken armrest that I had saved on the file. So I can insert that by just uploading it to my computer. Or as I was doing over here and I wanted to show my work, you can just type in all of your steps. You can write equals. I'm not sure what's happening here. I'm going to delete this bottom part. Parentheses. I want to factor the top. So if you haven't taken Algebra 2 yet, or you haven't gotten this far on Algebra 1, this is probably enough for you to kind of understand how to do it. Any Algebra 2 viewers, you can hang on and see that I'm going to factor this into x plus 3 and also x plus 2. Divide this into if it lets me click the button. There we go. Divide this into x plus 2. In other words, what I'm saying is this x squared plus 5x is plus 5x plus 6 is the same thing as x squared plus 3x squared plus that. And then my very next step would be equals x plus 3. And there you go. So that's how you can show your work using this. Hopefully that helps.